cordiality to it, a friendship to it. We really need to have a return of a great Republican Party. That's what our country needs. A great Democratic Party, yeah, but a great Republican Party. In that era, there were pro-choice segments of the party. The environment was not as partisan an issue as it is now. Many of the people in our community were Republicans who were environmentalists. So but apart from those issues, just in terms of what they believe the role of government is and how they define themselves, something different than what they fell into a cult to a plug, in my view, in the presidency of the former president of the United States.
Do you remember at his State of the Union ripping up his speech?
Yeah, of course I do. I didn't have any intention of doing that. I went in and had absolutely no intention of doing that. But what I did was, when he was speaking, I was thinking, boy, that's a complete lie, so I tore it on that page. And then the next day, that's a complete lie. And every page was a complete lie. It was a manifesto of misrepresentations and a disgraceful display, disrespectful of the House of Representatives. Being a Medal of Freedom to whatever that guy's name is was anti-LGBTQ. This wasn't his house, the White House, if you want. By that time he was finished, I had a torn piece on every page, so I thought, this whole parrot, you have to...
You created a...
Unintentional. I thought I was saying, because he said, let's work together, and everybody thought this is a joke, but I was saying, now you're talking, that's good. But people took that in a way that was not intended. But wherever I travel throughout the world, people like this, they like this, they like this. And I say, wait a minute, I passed the Affordable Care Act. We did this, we did that. We're for the climate, for the environment, to save the planet, all this. And all you want to talk about is how I fought him. Before I came here, it was a global meeting, and people were saying, thank you for saving your democracy for us. And I'll accept any compliment on behalf of the House Democrats.
And last question, why isn't saving democracy your legacy?
The democracy issue is universal, but it isn't necessarily shared in a bipartisan way here, as you saw on January 6th, as you saw in some of the statements of the previous president of the United States. And that's why when we have the 20th anniversary of PEPFAR, because AIDS has been a big issue for me, I spoke on a program honoring President Bush for putting that, President George W. Bush for putting that forward, and Laura Bush for carrying on, the two of them carrying on all of that, where we can find our common ground. In my speech, I quoted Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King says, of all of the inequalities, the inequality of health care is the most inhuman, he said, because people could die.